After watching this video, you're going to run out and look for Tatty toys. Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and today I'm going to take some Tatty toys that I bought from the thrift store and one that I ruined a little bit with hot glue when I made my last decoration, and I'm going to turn them into something that looks quite high-end. So I've got 3 projects for you to see and I think you're going to love them. You may not be able to get exactly what I got, but I'm sure you'll find something very similar at a very reasonable price, whether it's a charity shop, the thrift store, or even you may have your own children and know somebody with children and they're going to throw their own toys away. Well, this may be an opportunity to take those toys and do something really exciting with them. Right, no time to chat, let's get on with the crafting. For this craft, I've got these toys. Now, I have no idea whether they went together originally. They're about the right proportion, but I'm not sure the moose would really be toying a sleigh, but then again, it could do. This is marked as Fairland Toy China, and this isn't marked at all, so I get the funny feeling they don't actually go together. This sleigh has been used and played with and loved and gone off colour on the glue areas. It's a bit of a mess. There's even a wheel missing. So I'm going to pull the other wheels off. The plastic is very brittle, so it broke there, but that's not a problem. It's on the bottom, it's on the inside, so nobody will ever know. So the first thing I'm going to do is to paint this sleigh red using a red chalk paint. I think this is going to take 2 coats, at least. So this is my sleigh all painted up, but we need to put something a little bit extra on this. I've got a tub of winter things. Got some stars, some penguins, and I've got these lovely, they're foam, they're snowflakes. So I'm going to stick these over where you can see there are some snowflakes on there. It just lifts this red because it is quite a large block of red. I don't want to add all these snow icicles back on. You could do, I suppose. Well, all the time I've been using these and I've just realised that they're actually sticky. I don't think they're going to stick on this very well. Let's try it. Oh yes, it sticks on quite well. If you can't get hold of snowflakes, or if you're using this sort of sleigh that has got these 3D or relief type snowflakes on, you can also get some white paint and just dry brush the bits that are sticking up and they should take a bit of paint. Or you can just leave it all red, or you can painstakingly, if you have a steadier hand than me, paint in all the little snowflakes. Using some gilding paste, I'm going to put some gold all over where the runners of the sleigh would be, and this is going to take 2 coats. Right, while that's drying, we need to get on with, is this a moose? Is it an elk? I'm not quite sure. Are we going to put all his livery on, ready to be pulling the sleigh? I've got these that I cut. They're about 1/4 centimetre wide, very roughly. I really wasn't very accurate when I cut these. You probably should be. And now I'm going to cut these at about 1 centimetre. Because I want some a little bit thicker. So we're going to measure off 1 centimetre. There's me saying I don't like centimetres. I prefer inches, and then I'm doing this in centimetres. I tend to interchange because sometimes 1 centimetre or 1/2 centimetre is bang on and I can't find anything on the inches that's exact. So I use whatever's most convenient mainly. But my head generally thinks in inches. So just put a little dot, 1 centimetre in. Use a straight edge, cut yourself off 1 centimetre strip. So I'm not quite sure how many of these lengths we'll need, so I'm going to cut off 4 because I can always use 1 centimetre strips of black sheet foam. My porky thingy is covered in glue, look at that. So now we've got a selection of these. I slipped and cut these wrong, but don't worry because we're not going to need complete pieces all the way around. So now, let's start with putting the reindeer's, I'm not quite sure what you would call it, his towing equipment, whatever you call it. So this is going to go just under his tail. Aha, I've just found the name, Disney. So this is a character from a Disney film. Just to stop his harness slipping, we're going to put a little, I don't know what you would call it. I think we'll give up calling these things. We'll put another little bit over the top. Just thinking the practicalities if I was being used to pull a sleigh. Of course, it's no effort anyway with a reindeer or a magic elk or whatever this is because they can easily fly and they don't even feel the weight. So never worry about these reindeers. They're fine. Now use the thinner pieces of sheet foam and make his reins and muzzly thing. As you can see, I've never ridden, so I have no idea what all these bits are called. You may be thinking, well, that's a bit boring really for a reindeer when you've got such a flashy sleigh. But it doesn't matter because I've got these little tinkly bells. I think I picked these up for £1 a card from the pound shop. May have been there. It was one shop anyway, so you can probably get them in, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, that sort of thing. Oh yes, look at that. So this is what we're looking at for the beginnings of assembly. I picked this Santa up from a thrift store or charity shop, and I don't want him carrying this bag, so it's glued to him, but that's not a problem. I'm going to be ruthless and cut it off because this glue isn't going anywhere. Because I want to glue his hand forward, like that, I'm going to glue his sleeve to cover that nasty piece of green, like that. Mind your beard, Santa. Santa needs a straightener on this beard. There we go, just like that. And now I'm going to pop Santa. You can actually see his tree topper. I'm going to pop him into the front of my sleigh, like that. And then I'm going to glue the reins of, I'll call him the reindeer, I'm not sure what he is. I'm going to glue the reins of the reindeer into Santa's hands. So now you can make Santa as close or as far away as the reins will allow. If you put it closer, I'll show you sideways, they look like he's sort of shaking the reins and going faster, faster. But it's still a bit bare in the back, isn't it? I've got some vintage Christmas tree decorations. I'm going to glue these into place. And my least favourite is the pink, so I'm going to put the pink one in the back there where you won't really see it. I haven't glued all these in place because I'm not absolutely sure. I'm always going to keep these in here. I don't mind the bottom few being glued in because I can always top up, but I may want to change this from year to year. So let's see what this looks like up on my display with all the gifts in the back and Santa coming to deliver them, ready for the big day. Oh, it's so exciting. I can't wait for Christmas. for this old toy craft, I'm going to use this. I'm not quite sure what it's from. It says Epoch on the bottom, so it could be anything. You can pick these sort of things up very cheaply in charity shops or thrift stores. As you can see, I paid 20p for this. There's nothing inside it. I think it at one point had a floor and probably furniture as well, but we don't need that because we're making a Christmas decoration. So the first thing to do is paint it. Now, you know me, I'd rather not paint. It takes forever, but on this sort of thing, you can't really avoid it. I'm going to start by using this Raw Sienna PBO Studio acrylic. It's opaque. You can reuse an old palette when you're painting with acrylics because this sets like plastic. It's not coming off. It's not like if you use watercolours. And now I'm going to paint the whole of the building in this gingerbread colour. I'm not too worried about avoiding the windows because all the windows are going to be painted white. I know, and they're almost a gingerbread colour. So now this needs to dry, and while it's drying, I'm going to paint the front door white, paint the roof white, and it's going to be very fiddly, so I won't film it. I'm going to paint all the window edges white. If I try filming it, all you see is the top of my head as I'm really trying to focus and concentrate. So that's my house painted. Oh, that took forever. But it's done now. And I'm going to put that to one side because I've got just a little bit of work to do on these little bits of cardboard. They actually came off this. They were holding this in position on the card. So I thought I can use those. Out with some Mod Podge. Put some Mod Podge on the top. Sprinkle with some fake snow. And they're ready to use. I'm going to hang on to this fake snow because that will be coming back out very soon. Back out with the house. I'm going to hot glue this into place there. Now I know it's not long enough, but that's not a problem. I'm going to glue that by the side of the house. This is very difficult because I can't actually see what I'm doing because I'm trying to get the camera in the right place for you. Oh, it's a bit bendy. There we go. And hold that in place for a couple of minutes. Oh, a minute will probably do it. Glue this one on over this side. I've got this little plastic bush. Pop that there. And glue this little, well, I think they're supposed to be a carol singer. Playing an accordion, pop them there. And I've got a really cute little sledge. Cut the top off this. These Christmas decorations are very useful. Just cut the tops off and use them. Instead of hanging on your tree, you can put them on things. Right, I can sit back down now. I've been very close to my camera, so I hope I can adjust the volume because I couldn't see what I was doing sat down. I've got another tree decoration. Chop the gold bit off there, the hanger. And then I'm going to hang that on the door. That's a very messy bow, isn't it? They've glued it the wrong way. I wonder if I can take that off. I'm going to replace that bow. I'm going to try and catch up before the hot glue cools down. Look at the mess. And glue that one into place. That's much nicer. Now I'm going to take some of this icicle braid, figure out how much I need, and glue it along the bottom here. I was going to put some down this V here, but it just doesn't fall right, so we'll give that a miss. I'm going to glue this cute little bird to the top of the door and this gold star to the top of the house. Now we're going to deal with the roof. This is going to be amusing. I think we could make a mess. Gonna blob glue everywhere. Not so thick though that it's going to run everywhere, I don't suppose. Try to be a little bit restrained with your gluing, but not too restrained. And then out with the fake snow. And I don't think it's going to stick unless I actually push it in place. So this is going to get messy. Yep, it's getting messy. I would really recommend you don't dip your brush back in your Mod Podge when it's covered in snow. Then I'm just tapping the top of everything that would have had some snow on it and adding more snow. So that's the outside done. Now I'm going to go to the inside. And this is going to be really difficult to show you. I'm going to glue a few little decorations inside the house. Starting with the Christmas tree. And of course Santa by the Christmas tree. This nutcracker. And a little funny robin. You can use anything for this. I'm just putting in a few things I like. So I've got that effect inside. I've got this string of Christmas lights on a little controller. Make a coil with the rest of the lights to try and hold them together a little in place. And then spread them along the back of all your little characters. I'm just going to add a little bit more snow on the front here, and then we'll go see what this looks like up on my display. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Right, let's get back to crafting. For this craft, upcycling children's old toys or recycling them, I'm going to use these blocks. I've already used them once, and this was in the early days when I went a little bit over the top with hot glue, and they're covered in hot glue and it's very difficult to clean off. But that doesn't matter, because I've got a plan. Remember, if you're a crafter, you're always very resourceful. First I'm going to work on this one, empty out the glitter. Well, empty out most of the glitter. I'm going to line it with this fake snow blanket thing. I cut a strip wide enough to fit in all the way around, put it in so you know where it's going, fold over the one side, fold over the other side, and then you know that is the bit that's roughly going on the bottom. I want it to be ruffled, so don't worry about making sure it's perfectly flat, unless you want a flat finish. I don't. Put some hot glue in and then pop that into the bottom, and then you know you've got the right amount either end of it. Otherwise you could put it in a little bit short on one side and then you've got to redo it. And then leaving a bit of ruffle, I'm going to glue it along the edges. One side, move that around a bit. And I've cut 2 rough squares, and these are going to go in like that. And just trim a little bit more off if you want to. I'm going to come around a little bit rounded on these, otherwise you end up with very bulky corners. Glue along the top, pop your piece in, and a little bit of glue on the back of that, just to hold it roughly in place. Nobody's going to swing on it. Well, if they do, you tell them off. Say, that's my decoration, stop swinging on it. And the same on the other side. And the next thing to do is to get yourself some decorations for inside this box. Now this box is going to be lying flat like that. Don't worry, the snake is going to disappear. So you're going to decide where the bottom is. That's the bottom. I'm going to add some Christmas trees. And then I'm going to take these lights and put them on the tree. Give myself a little bit of spare wire, and then come up the back of the next tree and wind my way down again. Bring that wire back down the back of the tree. You want it to be down very low. Now I'm going to take my tiny tree, see if I can show you this. I'm going to wrap some of this around and then glue that into place. I'll do it without you seeing because it's very difficult. Snow is sticking to my trees, look at that. And then when you're virtually out of wire, if you're using one like me, you won't have enough wire to go around lots of trees. Glue it to the side of your tub. Oh, that was very slow, wasn't it? Glue it to the side of your tub. And that's what you've got. I'm going to take this little hanging tree decoration of a snowman, unwind the hanger, and he's going in on the Christmas display. I really should say, if you want your trees to stand up very well, exactly where you put them, you probably should glue every scrap of this on because they're wandering a little bit. But I'm fine with that. And I'm going to glue this little polystyrene star into, just to brighten it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to take silver pipe cleaner and put it all the way around the outside of the front of the box. And then to cover the corners, I'm just using these glitter buttons. I got these for £1, I think it was, in one of the craft shops, Hobbycraft or Pound Shop possibly. Perhaps the range. And now we can forget about inside that box and let's carry on with what else we're doing. Here are the rest of my very messy boxes, and we're going to be making a stack. Now this is going to get very difficult for me, so I'm going to work on this now. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? About there. I think. I think that's about straight. It's near enough. So I'm going to carry on working on this now before I go up any higher because, you know, I've got issues with the height of my camera. So I'm going to use this tinsel. It's gorgeous, look at that. It's really thick. I got this from the charity shop or a thrift store. And I'm going to, first of all, go around the bottom box, and this I have to go there and back and there and back, otherwise I'll cover my little diorama. Out with the glue gun. And cover away. And now we're up the sides, we can carry on right the way around this lip and then on top of the next box. Now I'm going to glue my next layer on. As you can see, I've run out of space, so I'll be back when I've finished. I've just realised I've missed out one of my steps. I've got this wood round, I made a little bit of hole in it, not right to the bottom. I'm going to stick a skewer in. And I've got this little toy here. You may be able to do the same sort of thing with one of these toys. You may need to find a different sort of toy to do this with. Now I'm going to put her on her toe there and measure up until I get to the top of her head, which is there. And then cut that off. Now I'm going to glue that to the back of her hair, which is a bit of a mess. So I can pull some of that hair over and glue it into place a bit better. She does seem to be missing rather a lot of hair, doesn't she? And then come in under her wing, like that. A little bit of glue there for her body and her wing. And then a little bit on her heel. Yes, I know I did rather a lot. I meant to put a little bit, but we've got a lot. Now, some glue into the hole and stand the little ballerina back up in the hole. Now, lots of hot glue on the top of this box. And then pop the wood round on top of the box. And now I'm going to glue this box on top of the last box, cover it in tinsel, and then I'll be back. Now I lie my tree down, I'm going to use some of these pink baubles. And because the tinsel is so deep, I'm going to glue the little hanger. Poke that in, because otherwise you'll lose most of the bauble underneath the tinsel. You can't see clearly what this looks like, but I think it is stunning. Let's go and see what this looks like up on my display. If you check up there, I'll put a video and that'll show you some more Christmas inspiration if you fancy making something else from something you picked up in a thrift store or a charity shop. I'll see you all next time, but until then, don't forget, have fun! Bye!